What's the most important room in your house? Maybe it's your home office, the place you're able to work efficiently and effectively, in spite of your boss's complaints that you're destroying the value of their downtown commercial real estate. Perhaps it's your billiards room, where you can hide away to make costly wagers with your head buddies as we've done for centuries, as in this 1700s era game of questions and commands, or this 1900s perfectly harmless amusement where you and the kids and others of improportioned heights would fire a rubber-tipped arrow at a target. Or maybe it's the panic room, just in case the purge starts up again and you need a place to hole up while all crime, including murder, is legal. But according to the real estate types at Trulia, there are two rooms that really sell a home, and they're intricately linked together. One's the kitchen, where you prepare to break bread with family or bake up a sacrifice to please the new neighbors. And the other is the master bathroom, where all that hard work goes down the drain. You know, we spend a lot of time in that sacred space where one bathes, prepares oneself to take on the world, and disposes of evidence. A British survey from a few years ago found that the average person spends 416 days of their life in the bathroom, breaking down like a flushable wipe to a daily average of 23 minutes per day for men, totaling 373 days of their lives, and 29 minutes a day for women, adding up to a whopping 456 days. The CDC says the average life expectancy in the US is about 76.5 years old. So if you're going to spend well more than one of those 76 years trapped in the confines of the powder room, you need to remember that every minute in there counts. Fortunately, help is on the way. The good people at the Proctor Gamble company, the 185-year-old consumer goods multinational conglomerate founded by William Proctor and James Gamble and headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio, and powered by the chemists, engineers, and other innovators behind products like Ivory soap, Crest toothpaste, old-fashioned Tide detergent by the box, and modern and delicious Tide detergent by the pod, are bringing a major innovation to its Charmin toilet paper line for the first time in 100 years. Now, recent studies from the nonprofit National Resource Defense Council found that the production of toilet paper, much of which is made out of trees from Canada's forests, are creating a tree-to-toilet pipeline. These boreal forests, the NRDC says, store vast amounts of carbon. They're believed to store twice as much carbon than all of the world's recoverable oil reserves. But when these forests are cleared to make products to wipe your carbon gets released back into the atmosphere, and even when new trees start to regrow, the forests can remain in a carbon deficit. Not only does all this logging disrupt the natural ecosystem and indigenous communities, the process by which toilet paper is crafted at industrial scale and then consumed by you and me over the course of the year plus we're spending in and around the pot over the course of our lives also has a huge effect on the climate. Oh, and if you happen to be watching this from the confines of the throne, I also want to point out that the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service just found that this year, 2023, is on track to be the hottest year in recorded history. Good thing you've got a fan in your bathroom. The NRDC has specifically called out Procter & Gamble, well, not the men, they're long dead, but their namesake conglomerate, along with other consumer goods manufacturers like Kimberly-Clark and Georgia-Pacific, for using virgin forest fiber in 100% of their household tissue products. Now, that report is from a few years ago, and these manufacturers have been making strides to make the white stuff that's covered in brown and yellow stuff into green stuff. Sorry, that's all markers and cinnamon. Kimberly-Clark is committed to reduce the use of natural forest fibers in products like these by 50% by 2025. And Procter & Gamble has promised to eliminate deforestation throughout its supply chain as it works towards net zero goals it's set for 2030. Okay, so what exactly is this big innovation Charmin is about to pull off? I'll give you a hint. Kimberly-Clark makes Cottonelle, and they claim the average person uses the toilet 5 times per day and requires 7 sheets per wipe, adding up to a person using about 85 rolls of toilet paper individually per year. That's a lot of Taco Bell. And according to Charmin, consumers get frustrated when they're unable to get a clean tear of toilet paper, which results in additional toilet paper use and potential waste. In addition to the waste that's already, you get what I'm saying. P&G's senior scientist even claims that at its consumer call centers, which by the way, I did not think that my toilet paper came with tech support, the #1 complaint about #1 and #2 products has been the uneven tears from the toilet paper square shape. So what's the solution? Apparently it's this. On its line of ultra-soft toilet paper products, Charmin is replacing the traditional perforation line with a scalloped edge to provide a better, smoother tear. Charmin Ultra Smooth Tear is rolling out in stores this month, and those giant CG blue bears seem to be pleased with the product. It's not entirely clear if these changes will make their way down to other Procter & Gamble product lines in the future, and it's not clear if kids are still going to be able to unfurl entire rolls of these things with a single flick of the wrist. But the people, plants, and animals currently living on this little planet could use all the help they can get to reduce planet-warming greenhouse gases, even if it's just one square at a time, or whatever shape you call this thing.